Scorpio, have you ever wondered why the number 9 keeps echoing in your life, almost like a quiet drumbeat beneath the surface of your story? Something is stirring now, a whisper from the universe, tied to a cycle that began exactly 9 years ago. And it's not random. It's a soul contract written long before you arrived here, connected to a child born during that very time. This child may not even be your own, but their presence carries a message so profound that ignoring it could mean missing the one signal your soul has been waiting for. The energy of this 9-year cycle is not just about endings. It's about sacred revelations, karmic doors closing so others can finally open. And through this child, the universe has hidden a clue to your destiny, a clue that is only now awakening. Stay with me until the very end, because in this message, I will reveal how this child, whether you know them personally or not, reflects a contract of the soul that has been unfolding in your life for nearly a decade. If you turn away too soon, you may overlook the exact sign that explains why you endured what you did, why relationships shifted the way they did, and why your heart is now being called to something greater. Scorpio, something rare is happening, and it's aligning right now. Don't let this moment slip away, because this story isn't just about a child. It's about you, your path, and the cosmic truth waiting to rise through you. Scorpio, let's step back for a moment and look at what 9 years truly means in the rhythm of your soul. Because in numerology and in cosmic law, 9 represents the end of a cycle, the closing of karmic debts, the release of burdens, and the preparation for a brand new chapter. But unlike a simple ending, 9 always carries with it a hidden treasure, a lesson that transforms into light. And here's where it becomes deeply personal for you. Somewhere around 9 years ago, a seed was planted in your life, and that seed may have taken the form of a child, maybe your own, maybe a sibling, a niece, or simply a child that entered your awareness in a way you could not ignore. And though you may not have recognized it at the time, their very presence was the universe's way of marking your path, showing you that your soul was entering into a sacred contract that would not fully reveal itself until this exact moment in time. Think for a moment about where you were 9 years ago. Perhaps you were struggling. Perhaps you were healing. Perhaps you were chasing dreams that felt so far away. And now ask yourself what shifted in your family, your relationships, or even your spiritual awareness during that time. Because the arrival of a child, or the echo of their birth in your life, was not accidental. For children born under the vibration of your karmic cycle carry keys, silent signals that are only unlocked when your energy is ready to awaken. And Scorpio, your energy is ready now. And here's the mini reveal. This child, whether you realized it or not, mirrors your own soul's rebirth. For their growth across the past 9 years has been unfolding alongside your own hidden transformation. So as they learn to walk, you are learning to rise again from setbacks. As they learn to speak, you are reclaiming your own voice after years of silence. And as they step now into a new stage of independence, the universe is telling you that your independence, your spiritual freedom, is also ready to be claimed. This is why the child matters, because they are not separate from you. They are the living mirror of a contract you made with the divine. A contract that said, when the 9th year arrives, I will remember who I am and what I came here to do. And Scorpio, you are now standing at that threshold, and in the next moments, I will reveal the deeper secret, the exact kind of message this child is bringing, and why it is appearing in your life right now. So stay with me, because this is where the veil begins to lift. Scorpio, as we move deeper into this message, you need to understand that what is happening now is not random timing. It is a divine alignment that has been building layer upon layer for the past 9 years. And the child connected to this cycle is not simply a symbol of youth or innocence, but a living key sent to remind you of something you once promised yourself long before this lifetime. For in the language of the soul, children often carry codes, vibrations, and mirrors that reveal truths adults have forgotten. And as this child has grown, their presence has been quietly reflecting your own growth, showing you the ways you've matured, healed, and transformed without even realizing it. Because 9 years ago, you were in a different state of being, perhaps carrying wounds that felt too heavy, or searching for a sense of belonging that always seemed out of reach. But just as this child was learning the world, you too were learning how to trust the world again. And this parallel is no accident, for the universe designed it so that when this 9-year mark arrived, you would not only see the child's growth, but also recognize your own hidden awakening. Imagine the milestones of the child, their first steps, their first words, their first lessons, each of them a mirror of your inner milestones. The way you stepped again after being knocked down, the way you found your voice after being silenced, the way you learned lessons in relationships, in money, in trust, all while not noticing that the two journeys were unfolding in tandem. And now, as this child enters a stage of new independence, your own soul is echoing with the same call. It is time for you to step into independence too, not just in daily life, but in your spirit, your choices, your freedom to live without the chains of the past. But here is where the deeper layer begins to surface. This 9-year cycle is not simply about growth. It is about contracts. And in spiritual truth, a soul contract is an agreement you made with the divine before birth. An agreement to encounter certain people, certain lessons, and even certain children who would trigger your awakening at the precise time. And Scorpio, this child is that trigger, the one whose soul crossed into your orbit to activate a memory buried deep inside you. A memory that whispers you are far more powerful, far more intuitive, far more connected than the world has ever told you. You may ask yourself why the universe would use a child as a messenger, and the answer lies in purity. Children are closest to the source, unburdened by the heaviness of ego, untouched by the illusions of power and fear, and because of that they carry truth in its most unfiltered form. So when they laugh, when they cry, when they simply exist, they radiate frequencies that stir something inside you, something that makes you remember the essence of who you are. And this is why the timing now matters. Because 9 years later, their soul has reached a stage where the contract can finally be activated. And your soul has reached a stage where it is ready to listen. And here is the secret I promise to reveal by the end of this section. The message this child carries into your life is not about them at all. It is about you. About the part of you that has been asleep for 9 long years. The part of you that the universe is now demanding to awaken. So Scorpio, understand that as you watch this unfold, a child is not just a figure in your story. They are the mirror of your forgotten strength. And the universe is speaking through them to remind you that your new chapter begins the moment you claim it. Scorpio, as the veil continues to thin, you may already feel a stirring inside you. A sense that the patterns of the past 9 years are aligning into a story you had not been able to see before. Because while the child connected to this soul contract reflects your growth and rebirth, there is yet another hidden truth. Their presence marks not only the end of one karmic cycle, but also the awakening of a destiny that has been quietly waiting for you to claim. And here is where the universe asks you to look closer at the way synchronicities have shown up in your life, the repeating numbers, the sudden memories, the dreams that feel more like messages, and even the people who appear out of nowhere, carrying echoes of the same lesson. All of these are threads weaving together a tapestry that points back to this 9-year contract. For many Scorpios, this awakening does not arrive in a gentle way. It often comes with disruption, with relationships breaking apart, with careers suddenly shifting, with unexpected revelations that force you to see what has been hidden. And while it may feel like loss, the truth is that it is the universe removing what no longer belongs so that the promise you made in the higher realms can be fulfilled. And the child connected to this cycle acts as a lighthouse in that storm, reminding you that there is innocence, purity, and divine order even when everything feels chaotic. You may wonder why this is happening now. And the answer lies in timing. 9 years is the completion code, the number that signals readiness, not just in the child's development, but in your spirit's maturity. And it means that the lessons you endured, betrayals, delays, heartbreaks, financial struggles, all of them were part of the preparation to step into a new vibration of freedom. And yet there is a deeper layer, a second hidden secret that only becomes clear when you understand this. The child is not only mirroring you, they are carrying a message about the next 9 years of your life, a glimpse of where your destiny is headed. And if you pay attention to the qualities they embody, their courage, their sensitivity, their creativity, their resilience, you will find that these are the very qualities you are being called to activate in yourself now, because the universe does not place people in your life without purpose. And children in particular are sacred carriers of future energy. The message here is not just about endings, it is about activation, about the way your own soul contract is being reawakened through the reflection of this child. And the universe is whispering that the pain of the past 9 years was never punishment. It was the soil in which your strength was cultivated, and now that strength must be claimed. And here is the secret I promised to reveal at the end of this section. The child is not simply a messenger of your past. They are a prophecy of your future, showing you not only who you were, but who you are becoming. And if you open your heart to this truth, you will realize that the next 9 years hold the abundance, the love, and the freedom that your soul has been waiting for. But only if you are willing to step fully into the contract and say yes to the destiny that is calling you now. Scorpio, do you remember how at the very beginning I asked you to consider the number 9 echoing through your life like a hidden drumbeat? Now that we have walked together through the layers of this message, it is time to return to that very sound. Because what seemed like a distant whisper 9 years ago has now become the undeniable call of your destiny. And the child born in that moment, whether within your family, your community, or simply within your awareness, was never just a coincidence, but a cosmic marker, a soul contract awakening. And here is the truth. The reason you kept feeling restless, the reason old wounds resurfaced, the reason you could never quite let go of certain memories, is because your spirit was waiting for this cycle to complete, waiting for the signal that says, now you are free to step forward. And that signal is here, spoken through the existence of that child and the mirror they hold for you. As you reflect on how they have grown, from their first breath to their first steps to their first moments of independence, you must see how your own soul has grown in parallel, learning to breathe again after loss, to walk again after setbacks, and to step into independence after years of carrying weight that was never yours to carry. This is the loop the universe has created for you, Scorpio. A cycle that began 9 years ago and is now closing so another may open. And if you remember the hook, the question of why this child matters, then you now understand the answer. They are the proof that your contract with the divine is real, that your journey has never been random, and that everything you endured was part of the preparation for this very awakening. And yet there is one final secret in this section, a truth that ties the circle completely. The child is not only a messenger, but also a guardian. For whether consciously or unconsciously, their presence has shielded you, holding space in the unseen realms while you walked through your trials. And now as the cycle resets, their guardianship is passing the torch back to you, calling you to become the guardian of your own path, your own dreams, and your own spiritual freedom. So as the hook comes full circle, realize that what began as a question has become an answer, and the drumbeat you heard at the start is no longer faint, but steady, reminding you that your new chapter is already unfolding. And in the next and final part of this message, I will show you how to step into it fully, with clarity, faith, and gratitude. Scorpio, as we close this journey together, I want you to pause and feel the power of what has been revealed, because the cycle of 9 years is not just a number. It is a sacred rhythm that has carried you from endings into beginnings, from silence into voice, from pain into wisdom. And through it all, the child, born 9 years ago, has stood as a mirror, a messenger, and even a guardian of your path, showing you that your soul contract is alive and unfolding exactly as it was meant to. Now the choice is yours. Will you step into this new chapter with faith, with courage, with the trust that the universe has prepared you for this moment? Remember, every challenge you faced was not a detour, but a preparation. Every loss was not a punishment, but a lesson shaping your strength. And every tear was watering the soil for the abundance that is now ready to bloom in your life. Scorpio, this is your moment, a moment to claim your freedom, to say yes to the destiny that has been calling your name for 9 long years, and to walk forward knowing that the universe is guiding you with love. If this message resonated with you, if you felt even one truth stirring within your heart, I invite you to honor this journey by liking this video, sharing it with another Scorpio who may need to hear it, and subscribing to the channel so you never miss the guidance the cosmos has prepared for you. Thank you for opening your heart, for allowing me to walk with you through this revelation. And may you always remember that your story is written in the stars, and your breakthrough is already unfolding.